Hello everyone, today I'll be demonstrating how to install MyForm Server on an instance of Windows Server 2012 running SQL Server Express 2012. First, we'll need to download the MyForm Server installer. We can get it by going to the My Corporation website and logging in to our account. Once we're logged in, hover over the My Account link on the top bar and click My Software Downloads from the drop-down. Next, click MyForm Server under Software Downloads. Here we can get the setup files and documentation. We're going to download the installer, but before anything else, we'll need to take care of the prerequisites. Next, open the Server Manager to add roles and features. Click past the Before You Begin page, then on the Installation Type page, select Role-Based or Feature-Based Installation and click Next. On the Server Selection page, select the server you'll be configuring and click Next. On the Server Roles page, select Web Server IIS and Application Server from the list of roles and click Next. On the Features page, make sure that .NET Frameworks 3.5 and 4.5 features are installed. In addition, check Ink and Handwriting Service from the list of features and click Next. Click through to the Role Services page for Web Server roles and make sure Common HTTP features, Health and Diagnostics, Performance and Security, and Application Development are selected. Click through to the Role Services page for Application Server and make sure .NET Framework 4.5 and Web Server IIS support are selected. Confirm your installation selections and click Install. After installation, you may need to restart the server. To recap, here is a list of server roles and features you should have installed. Once this is done, access Internet Information Services Manager from the Start menu. Here, we need to enable 32-bit applications for our app pool. Select your server from the left Connections pane and view Click Application Pools on the right Actions pane. Right-click the app pool running MyForm Server, which will likely be default app pool. Click Advanced Settings. On the pop-up dialog, set Enable 32-bit Applications to True. Exit out of IIS Manager. Next, we need to install the SQL Server 2005 backward compatibility component. If you're already using SQL Server 2005, you can skip this part. You can find the download link in the documentation under Installation Prerequisites at the bottom of the page, or you can search SQL 2005 backward compatibility component and get it from the Microsoft Download Center, which is the first link. Select the appropriate download for your server architecture and run the installer. Click through the installer using all the default settings. Next, while we're still in the Download Center, we need to get DirectX End User Runtime. Search DirectX in the search bar and select the DirectX End User Runtime web installer. Download it and install using the default settings. Now, we're ready to install MyForm Server. Run the installer you downloaded earlier and agree to the terms. In the Select Installation Address page, use the default website, MFS Virtual Directory, and default app pool, or whatever app pool you used earlier when configuring IIS. Click Next, and the server will install. Finally, we need to restart IIS. Open Services from Administration Tools. Select World Wide Web Publishing Service and restart the service from under Actions on the top menu bar. Now that MyForm Server is installed, we will need to configure the Global Administrator. Global Admin lets you configure the database admin, customers, and other global admins for the MyForm server. Access the server from http:// your server address /mfs/setup.aspx. The global admin's default username is administrator with a capital A, and the password is welcome, all lowercase. We need to specify a database admin. Click Specify a local administrator. Here, you should provide credentials for a local Windows user that is a member of the local administrators group. Test the credentials and ensure you receive a success message. Next, we need to provide a server license. Click Add or Update Server License and provide your license file. Michael should have provided you with an XML license file for your server. If you don't already have your server license, contact Micro Support with your server hostname. You can find this information by opening PowerShell and typing hostname. Once you've provided the license, your configuration is complete. Here, we will also show how to add a new customer. Click Add New Customer from the Setup page and enter the customer details. The customer name is used when users under that customer log in. We leave the customer level as the default enterprise, but you can find the differences between the levels in the documentation. For the customer database, change your data source to open parentheses, local, close parentheses, and test your data source. If the SQL database was set up correctly, you should receive a data source found message. Select Create a new database for database name and add your customer. Now, log out of the global admin setup and change the URL from setup.aspx to login.aspx. Provide the customer name you just created and the username administrator with a lowercase a, with password welcome, all lowercase. Once more, we recommend changing your password to something more secure. Here, you can configure users and manage form templates. And now we have successfully installed a MyForm server. Thank you for watching this video, and check out the other videos on our YouTube channel. If you have any questions, you can contact us using the information on screen.